Hello! We are continuing with our free tutorial Mastering Godot for beginners, and I hope some advanced student can learn few things, maybe something about troubleshooting or maybe something about properties. In this example we will try to explain something simple from previous lecture. We will talk about rotation. So you know about rotation, and in this example we will use rotation degrees. Rotation degrees is the same property, but as value for rotation this property use degrees. And now we will use ready function. So function ready, and in this ready function we will again address our icon and set rotation degrees. Set rotation degrees. We will set it, for example, for 45, and let's see what are we done. So we have rotation of the 45 degrees, and as you know from previous lecture, we are explaining using timer node. Our timer node is active here, have auto start, have wait time, and also have timeout. If you want to have function for timeout here, you need to first disconnect it and after that connect it. So you need to disconnect it and after that connect it to have again this timer function if you delete some part of code or if you want to use it again. And in every timeout we will use this part of code and now we don't see many things because timer is working, but we have one stable rotation. And if we want to use it this rotation many times, for example for rotation for 1 degree, we will need some variable. This variable will need to be increased by 1, as you know from previous example, and this variable need to be defined somewhere. We can define it here, but I always suggest you to define variables inside the header of the code with onReady. So always use onReady to define variable. And we have this variable. We will put it here and say onReady. So we can use this variable in any part of our code. We will have rotation increased by 1 degree, first increased by 45 and after that increased by 1, as you see here. Our rotation with the 45 degrees is in ready function, and this is in timeout function. And one other thing to repeat is conditional branching. So if some condition is true, for example, if D is less than 45 degrees, we will have rotation and increasing of value. As you see here, we will increasing of value till 45 degrees is happening, and if code is right, our rotation will stop on 45 degrees. If you want to check and see what is going with rotation, you can use your label and text property to see. I'm using str to convert integer to text to see your data on a screen. Where is our label? Label is somewhere here, so we can see value of rotation, and this is our value of rotation. It's okay, and we will change some things here. Maybe timer can be a little bit faster, and now we have rotation a little bit faster, and when 45 is, rotation will stop. And in this repetition we will say if D equals 44.9, or if D is higher than 44.9, we will use some condition. For example, for I use this condition equals false, and we will set it here. So on ready variable turn will be true. So this AND means another condition. Turn is false, and also we need to see if this is working. We will use print command, or you can use label to see this value of this variable. So we have rotation, we have numbers, and here we don't have any data, but now we have data false. What this means? This means code is passing through this condition, and we can use this condition if we want to change something. For example, we will say if turn equals false and angle D is angle D have this condition, we will change position, we will change rotation degree, but we will lower it by 1. Let's see what is happening now. So we have rotation, condition is okay, but nothing happens from this point. We don't know why. We say if is this condition, I think they cannot pass, because this is false, so it is okay. but we say d is higher than 44.9. We will need to use the same number here. (44) false. 44. Okay. Okay, till 44. But this is okay. Set rotation degrees -1. Our code didn't get there, but he will get now. We have rotation in one side and in another side, but with this we don't have complete code. So if turn is false and variable d is lower than 0, in this situation, okay, so we have rotation in one side. We will need to change rotation if d is lower than 0. This is not functional for now. I'm not almighty, but we will solve this problem. 44.9 is value, and then this value need to be lower. So I think I write it good. Let's say like this. Okay, again. One side, other side. Good. Now we have movement to the other side till this value. It's not bad. We will say like this, and we will have rotation to other side, and then we can put some other if to say if d is see like this, and we will see what's going on. We will try to change turn variable again here. If you want to debug something quickly, you need I'm sorry, but this part of code didn't work. So when you have a situation like this and you don't know what is working or not, just go to part where you have working code, so maybe here, and then go from this. So in our situation we have functioning code here. but somehow this stopped. Another thing important for troubleshooting, maybe this will be lecture for advanced students, is to change parameters to faster see what is going on. I will use this and we'll see rotation of other side. Everything is working good for now. See, this is okay. So you have rotation to one side and back to other side. But what I want to go a little bit further, and when we come to this place to have other rotation. So rotation and one and other side. This can be maybe interesting. So what we need some changes in our code. If t is lower than 45, it is okay, and turn. We can try with one if d is higher than what variable? Let me say higher than 46. And, oh, we forget and turn equals false. Is this usable? I think not. If d is lower than, we will say lower than 44.9, and turn is false, turn will be true. We need to check this. One side, other side, and stop, another side. Good. This is working. It's okay. It's okay for now. You don't need to make things like this. You can just create some sprite, and I will show you how to do it. But I want to show this for you to see some complicated stuff for beginner, of course, and to see how to solve it. I hope this is helpful. Okay, again I will start it. So we have rotation for one side and to other side, and this looks good. This really looks good. We can add some other thing. For example, we can use this icon and use modulate. No, we'll use set modulate, and we will put some color here. We'll put some color. Okay, color can be defined here. on ready variable. Color will be no color name, color. We'll see. Ready. We can use, maybe color rate is a good solution. We will use color rate. Default value will be this. Color rate is RGB alpha color, which means red, green, blue channel 0 to 255, and the alpha channel is 4th, last, and we will use this color and try to modulate it here. So this will be setting color. Let's see, is this working? Okay, black. And we'll do some change here. We will say color equals color rate. Do we have color rate here? Yes. And we will change some value. For example, red will be D value, and other values can be set like this. Alpha channel, it's okay. And let's see, maybe this working, maybe not. Do we see some changes? Maybe we see, maybe we don't see. Let's try with multiplication by 3. Okay, now we see. Good. So we have some change in color. I will use the same code somewhere here. This is color. We also need modulation. Okay. One side color change, other side color change. This looks good. This really looks good. And even can be implemented in some game. Thank you for watching. This is interesting. I will just put code to see it completely. So this is first part with variables. Maybe you don't need this function ready, and maybe you need it. And this is part on our timer. Don't forget to start timer and also to stop timer. We can do it like this. If I say here else stop timer, this will be stopped animation, so I will not do it. This will stay like this, but for example we'll just write it timer stop. We will not have complete movement, but you will see. Timer stop is in else. Yes, we have timer stop in else, so our code is stopping. We cannot do it like this. We need to define some other thing for timer stop. So I don't want to make this a lesson longer than half an hour, so I will stop it here, and you will have code like this. Timer stop can be used if you, for example, go to some value of a d, and then timer can stop. For example, if you come to this turn point, then you can say timer dot stop, and you will not have loop, you will have movement in one and other side. Okay, thank you for watching, see you in the next video, goodbye.